Hi, this will be Debbie with D.Ann's Designs. Today I'm going to bring you a journal that I prepared with Grandma's Attic pages. It's out of my porch prints. Well, probably about a month ago, she had a challenge on my porch prints, and I happened to have won the challenge. So I got to select the package that perhaps I may want to have, and I've always wanted to have Grandma's Attic, so that's the one I chose, and this is the results of what I worked with that challenge, my winnings. Um, to let you know a little bit more about me, I never knew my grandmothers. My grandmothers were deceased before I was born, and both of them died at a rather young age too, of different complications in life. But I never had the opportunity to have the grandmother, and so I felt like if I were to make a grandma's attic journal, I would want to make the grandma's journal to where this would be something that I would imagine one of my grandmothers picking up, holding on to, preparing it by herself, and just come up with ideas of what it might have been like. So this is my journal and my contributions to the grandmothers that I never knew. Um, This is an old quilt that I've decided to use as my cover for my journal. My journal is also going to be, the cover is made of Cheerio boxes, well, one box, and I've cut it to fit to where it can wrap around into the front, tuck up under here, and then we'll have a button closure with sari silk trim. This is the back of the journal. Again, the old quilt. Lots of aging I've done on it. My binding is going to be a little different. I was playing around with something completely different and decided that I would actually use my sari silk. And there's 3 signatures into each one of these. I went ahead and installed them just with the sari silk. Just run it through and tie it up into the knots, well, the bow, and to the top. So that's how the signatures will be running in this. I'm going to go ahead and open it up now. And when you open, we're going to start with my porch prints paper that was in here. This is a beautiful rose paper, and decided to use it as my front cover. Now, I went ahead and made the signatures reduced in size so that when I covered them, everything was covered. I also prepared my signatures before I made the cover, so I knew about how large of a cover I was going to have, because sometimes I outgrow my cover. Well, even sometimes, it's all the time, I outgrow my cover. So these are going to be the first pages here. And we got some old lace. We got some old beading, little old buttons that I had found in a thrift store one day, and some little materials attached onto that. And this is actually going to be out from Amity Bloom, I believe, is what I thought went well with it. You will realize your potential when you truly learn how to be yourself. I'm going to put some quotes in here that I feel like my grandmothers maybe would have wanted me to know, and you know, I may be off even. I don't know, but this is kind of a guessing game on this one here. But that's okay. I don't mind it. Um, the next page, this is a printable that was out from my Pinterest, and it's called Walking with Grandma, and I like walking with Grandma. Her steps are short like mine. She doesn't say, now hurry up. She's always takes her time, and it goes on with other things to say there. Put a little key to it on little black netting. And then we have some more pages from Grandma's Attic. And this is just a little tuck away that I've used here. These are out of Grandma's Attic. This is out of the kit. This would be a little coin type of pocket that you can put things into. I have blooms onto this one here. This is just a little bit of a journaling page. I've wrote it a little Dear Diary type of of a letter that my grandma may have had, my grandmas may have had in here. I made a little felt heart and a little bit of trim and a little button to put up there on the top with it. And then I'm going to go over to here. We're going to have some more pages, lots of journaling pages. A little tag came out from the kit. Um, these are beautiful pages too, by the way, if you want some really pretty roses and things like that to work with in your journals. This kit is really going to have it. I'll try to list it. Remember to put it down below for you in case you're interested. This one here is just a little slip I made. I had this in my stash. I want to grow these in my garden next year. I love them. Is some note that my grandma might have left herself. And then these are some beautiful old gladiola print, Pink Gladiola by Charlene Tarbo. And I am a gardener and I'm getting it from someplace. I'm sure it didn't just happen. So I'm going to assume that maybe at least one of my grandmothers loved to garden. So that's kind of how I'm leaving it there. I don't know. I never knew them. Anyway, this is some more journaling pages that you can do. Just lots of place to write your notes. Little girl, she came out of my Pinterest stuff too. Just some odds and ends I picked up and put into here. Old buttons and some coffee dyed old doily. Just several little items here. This is another area here. Since it's so big, I'm going to try to get through a little quicker. This one here is just a little girl that I decided to put on this page. It's got some trims all around. It says the most wonderful places to be in the world are in someone's thoughts, someone's prayers, and in someone's heart. The author was unknown on that, which is sad because it's really, really kind of a cute little saying there. We have some burgundy trim along in here. So then, some more of the pages that is just a beautiful kit that you can really use it in, not just in a journal, but in other ways too. You may want to use it for. But anyway, this is quite pretty. This is how I chose to use it. And we just have some more journaling pages. This has got some old rosebud material and some trim. This, I believe I got it off of a sheet or a pillowcase type of thing. For pages, it's a big kit. I cut these down to this size. These are full 8.5 by 11 when you buy the journal. I've just reduced my size down. And we have a 1916 calendar that's off onto this area in here. You guys can see this. Okay, it's really kind of cool. In between each signatures, I have 3 signatures. In between each one, there are file folders that will be in the kit. And I've decorated a file folder, and it's just going to hold some little things inside of it. It's just a little tag I decided to put in there. And these are some of the papers that garden calendar for 1874, vegetable and flowers, and then this is the content of the book back here in the back. And then this is out of my collection, When It Rains It Pours, the Morton Salt Girl. And this is just a little envelope I made, and then I have some little, like this is a tiny book that I put inside of there, and we have this out of my collection of a little, well, maybe I should pull that out first. Oh, I see. Okay. Of this little girl here, this little image I thought was really quite pretty. And on this envelope, you're going to find this little mouse. She's got her little broom. I don't know if you can see it or not, but she's just really a precious little thing. So I put her on there on the envelope. And this is not in this kit, but it is in my Porch Prints kit that's in there. I own several of them, so I kind of use them as I think I would like to, as many people do. Sure. I've attached this. This is a tea bag that I decided to decorate. And this Lovely that is another one that's out of my Porch Prints. and a little butterfly, this is, I've cut it off of the blouse, I believe, and just put it up in there. And so then on the back, I went ahead and made a little flower, and we put a little paper lining on there so that you have a little journaling card. This is a little heart here with a little old button and some trims. Okay, so then I get this put back together again, hopefully. Let's see if my fingers want to work today. Some days it's just not good. I went outside in the garden earlier, tried to mess around in there, but then we had the farmer back behind us who was working his field, bless his heart. So I thought, and it's very windy. I thought, I'm going to just go ahead and go on in. I'm going to be able to breathe for a year. So this is the next signature over here. Hold this up to where you can see it. And then we have this little tag I made. These are the little florals. I did a tutorial on them, and they're just so much fun. I think you like to add them into, you might like to anyway, into your journals. This is a paper clip. I just went ahead and bent it and then put the dragonfly on here. As you can see, we have a little black netting that I've run across here. Just kind of decking out that first page. Then we have the next page. This is actually out from a different kit. It's My Porch Prints though, and I think it's the Easter kit that spring Easter type of thing. And What the Robin Told. And this is just out of some of my stash. The wind told the grasses, and the grasses told the trees told the bushes, and the bushes told the bees told the robin, and the robin sang out clear, wake up, spring is here. And boy, it is. If your allergies are gone, it's here. So then this one here is 7 flowers. I believe that's out of my stash too. Got back in there. And yeah, we have this little, and then I put some moss out around here, some little old lace that I've used, and then I have this little card that we made. It's from the kit. The paper is from the kit. Okay, and then I have this, it's kind of like the negative when you punch out your hearts, and this is the negative paper. Ran it down below here. We have memories I've stamped on a coffee dyed piece of material, pink and white striped material. It's got a little rose over here on the side. And I hope I spend a day with flowers and bees, laughter from all who wish to enter inside the garden walls. And I stuffed that down inside of here. And as you can see, we have little florals, a little flower up in here, and we have some little garden moss, again, off into there. It made a cute little page. And I turned it back over here, and then we're going to have memories and a little flip up. And then I've made a little slide that you can, I punched out the butterfly out of the same paper, and then made the frame to fit around it and left it solid in the back. And I have a piece of acetate over the front of it so that, stays good, stays clear. I clip that back into there, and then we have a little Tim Holtz die cut over here, May 11th. It's out of, that is in My Porch Prints, and I think I don't remember the name. You have to go on her site and see. She has so many things. But yeah, she should have all these little things. You'll find them in there. They're great to own and to put them into so many different uses. It's really fantastic. And this is another little tag I've prepared in here. And got the little girl. She's praying. That came out of my stash. Another Tim Holtz cut here. This yeah, this is just a piece of white cardstock that I've grunged it up a little bit more. Got a little stamping done on it, and grunged up some little flower trim, little burlap, and a little lace back in the back here. This has been, excuse me, this has been stitched on with black thread, and then come back here and we got some stamping on the back. And then we have our clock. This is a My Porch print also. Excuse me, I need to put that back before I drop it all out of place. And then some more of my material trim. These little guys here. This is just some twine I had and stuffed everything on there. So we have a little pocket for which to hold our little tag. Get those. And some more journaling room. And then we have this little slide that I made, and it's more like a specimen card. This came out of her Easter kit. And this is another one of those. It says 1914. It's in my porch prints. Well, we should remember the name of that. And this is out from my grandma's attic. And she's got just the cutest little papers. This is just beautiful. I just really enjoyed those papers. And then we have journaling room to the back. Okay, and then we've got the listen to the mustn'ts is listen to the mustn'ts, child, listen to the don'ts, listen to the shouldn'ts, the impossibles, and the won'ts. Listen to the never haves. Then listen close to me. Anything can happen, child. Anything can be. We backed that up with a little black cardstock and spliced it over to here. Okay, and then we have a little more journaling room. I just sewed on some of the pages so you can write a little easier onto those. This right here is the guest tag that comes in the kit, and 10 cents is what it says. This came off of a brown bag that I have in my stash. You can see it, and it says Henry, Captain of Geneva, which I felt like my grandma's would have had. Well, my grandma Rickett would have had this into a journaling page because Geneva is the name of my mother, and then of course she gifted to my mother. So I was sure to put that into my journal. And it's the center of the page. And here's more journaling. Lots of journaling. Our souls are the same. I think that's an Amity Bloom Happy Together story. And that's some washi tape I own. And then we got the roses I decided to cut out and put the lace trim into. And then we have another little tag. This is out from her dictionary pages. And then we have, this is just clipped on to a piece of paper. That's all it is. So on the back, then we have another clip on. This is a Tim Holtz photo. And these are the little labels page. And then I put love into the center of that. One journaling page. Lots of journaling room. We have the end of the netting. This one goes into here as such. It's another file folder in between the second and the third. And then we have another little slide that I've made, and it's going to have a little attachment of a little material to the top of the paper clip that's holding it on to here. And then we have another dictionary word love, and then I put a little carrot, stainless steel, little sterling carrot. That's what I should call it. This is glue. This is stitched on to this. And look at this. Isn't this a beautiful index card? I mean, it is so pretty. I just love it. Here's the back of it. With the same onto there. And then I just put this down. Made an envelope out of the paper from the kit, and a little sari silk. We put a little tulip basket right over into here, a little dogwood tag. You open it up, and there's going to be creative as your block, and then you can, use it, open it up, and write in it, or leave a message to grandma, however you'd want to do that. Put that back in there, and then we just wrap it back up again as such. So these are kind of fun to make. These lots and lots of journaling room. I enjoyed the amount of tags too that she has into each one of these, into her kits. And they're fun too. Okay, I'm going to pop that back in there, pop it back into in between section 2 and 3. And the third section, it's called Tell Me About the Good Old Days. We have this tag here. This little girl is out of my collection. This is out of my porch prints. just not this kit. It's, you know, another kit, I believe. And then we have the little florals here. It says a good book was our journey to far away, which we did read a lot. And I imagine if they could get a hold of the book, they read even more than I did. And I read quite a bit. Okay, and we're going to have a little button and trims, things like that in here. Always pray to have eyes that see the best, a heart forgives the worst, a mind that forgets the bad, and a soul that never loses faith. And then we have another little tag. It's called Hug of War. And we have another little tag attached to the tag. And then this is from My Porch Prince. It's a pot. And I said plant kindness. And I put a little trim out on the pot. This flower pot, you know, one of those clay looking flower pots. And then we have I will not play at tug of war. I'd rather play at hug of war, where everyone hugs instead of tugs, where everyone giggles and rolls on the rug, where everyone kisses and everyone grins and everyone cuddles and everyone wins. That's how life should be. Everybody should win. Then we have a page here. It's another one out of my. It's attached to the journaling page that comes out of the kit. This is tag that comes out of my things that I own already. Life is too short to argue and fight. Count your blessing. Love your friends and family. They are always there. Smile more often. Make the most of every day. And then we have our little dandelions there, which I really hate dandelions in my yard, so therefore there aren't any, but they're really pretty in pictures. And we have Blessed, which again comes out of My Porch Prince. And then we have our little buttons and attached to the side of it here in a little checkered cloth. It's really cute. So then we're going to have another picture out of Tim Holtz, November of 28 is on here. And again, this is out from My Porch Prince. So, and another one is the teapot. This is My Porch Prince also. And decided to use it on my backup. And a little piece of old vintage doily down here at the bottom. And then we have some more journaling room. Now, this is Tsunami Rose over into here, 2 for 15 cents. But I wanted to use it to create a little pocket tuck. And this is out of My Porch Prints. Also, the little flowers. And then this is some of my old doily stuff. This is going to come out. We're going to have, a little bit of a pocket that I created. These are rose reels. Now you can get those off of My Porch Prints also. She has quite a supply of very, very pretty things. And this is a Tsunami Rose in a little tab for sale. $157. Okay. Anyway, there we go. And then we're going to have more journaling room. We're going to have families bowing their head at the table to eat. Then we have, I've made up a little book here, and it's just a little, this, I attached this onto a piece of craft paper, so it gave it a little bit more stiffness. You open it up and got the Lionel coffee. We're going to have this stitched on to just some old papers that I printed off My Porch Prints onto some coffee dyed paper and inked it up even more. And then we have just some little papers here. This one here is going to have a little book in it. It's mealtime prayers. So you could actually add, you know, your special prayers that you may like to say at the table. Or if you knew Grandma and Grandpa had special prayers at their table, what were they? And, you know, write them down. So you keep that in your family so the family knows. That's kind of what all this is about, is making sure that the family, you know, knows what's going on with things. Keeping the history. Got some cocoa paper back here. That was really cute. So put that back in there. And then we have a little lace tucked down the side of it. More journaling room. More journaling pages. It's mainly in the back end here. And this is a journaling, it's like a card. It's much stiffer. So when you want to write on your pages, then you can just pop it in there and it'll give you something harder to write on. Oh, and this is another one of those flowers. And let's see, I write in my flowers. It said, I walk to the garden to find my soul and count all of my blessings. Yeah. Another flowers, another little uh, clip I put in there with some lace and some twine. And you can see we have a lot of other ones here. We've got some envelopes that are in the kit and that you can cut out. You can place your sentiments in there, or letters of whatever's, and hang on to those. If you have some that you actually got to have from your grandmother's, you should really hang on to those, as one day you'll be happy you did. And this one here I would use as a envelope to my grandmother's, and let them, identify with me, then in hopes this would be one that was from them. This one is a little slow stitching grandma's diary. It's just a piece of muslin and stitch that on there. Another pocket on the very back of the holder. And then I have a little girl that, I've put in. I had a tag and it has a piece of acetate on it. I put the little girl in. Stitched it closed. It's a piece of gold roping. And then we have, excuse me, love allergens. Then we have this little guy here. This is in the kit here. And these are two. I just simply took a piece of this bag that I had. It's a very thick bag. And I've done just a little edging out on it. I made a flower and put a little ribbon course onto it and some other material. And then these are just ball pinned together, and you have some tags. So if you're in your journal and you decide, hey, I need to tag this area out, here's some other tags. These are just like, these tags are little thank you tags that I've received. Sometimes when I purchase some of her things, she's always so kind and generous, and gives you a little thank you tag out there, or some sort of little thank you gifts that you can download. They're usually tags, and they're very helpful. Actually, I like to get them. I'm going to pop her back in here too, if I can, because I really thickened that thing out so it could hold a lot. And I'm going to put him down. That is the back of the journal. That is Grandma's attic. Like I said, it's my porch prints. If you're interested in obtaining this type of journal, then go to her site, Miss Stephanie, and she will be happy to entertain you with letting you should see what all's on that site. It's really amazing. I encourage it if you're looking for some different downloads, to go with. Anyway, this is my grandma's journal, and grandma's diary is what I call it. And I hope that you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it, and I appreciate your time with it. If you like it, to give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, please do so. And I want to say thank you very much. Bye now.